Brother, NoFap makes you more masculine. I want you to stay tuned by the end of the video so you know exactly the reason why NoFap makes you more masculine. Uh-oh! Stick your chest out. Uh-oh. Now, brother, this is probably going to be a quicker video, but I want to explain more in depth. Point one, your purpose. When you are masturbating and ejaculating consistently, fellas, I want you to realize this. Masturbation is the pinnacle of simpery, being feminine, and having not control of your emotions, right? And masturbation is in control of all that. You can't expect to try to be masculine and try to, be the masculine man for your woman when you're already giving your strength, your seed. I've already told you guys this Bible verse consistently. Proverbs 31-3. Do not give your strength on a woman for those who ruin kings. You already know this, brother. But one thing I am going to tell you guys is this. When you get on NoFap, there's only two things that you can transmit your energy to, right? Your self-development journey or your purpose inside of this lifetime, right? When you have these two things combined, and the Bible says that God has given us full dominion over the land, right? It also says, do not give your strength unto women for those who ruin what? Kings. We are meant to be kings on this earth, grinding for the real king up in heaven. So we have to come to a realization that when you're on NoFap, it is the biggest tool to do your purpose and do the will of God. It is the biggest tool to not be a simp. When you're doing NoFap, brother, true story. The woman can sense that, bruh. I want you to realize that. The woman can actually sense that. And when you only transmit your sexual energy towards your purpose, and let's say that God brings that helper towards your life, she is going to be the example of a helper instead of the one, deterring you away from your true goal. When you are on NoFap and you're doing seed retention, Genesis 2:18 in the Bible says, it is not good for a man to be alone. Therefore, I will provide a what? A helper suitable for you. So that means that God is giving you the will. God is giving you the will of God. God is giving you a purpose to do on this earth, right? And you're in your youth now. Some of you are from your teens to your 30s. You're young. This is a time where you grind. And how you grind is getting on NoFap and seed retention, brother. You know that you need to be on NoFap. You know that you need to be on seed retention. And this is where you have to come in and say, you know what? I'm a man. And the Bible tells us that when you are a child, you act like a child. But when you are a man, you do things as a man. So at the end of the day, fellas, when it comes down to NoFap, that is the biggest thing towards your purpose. And when you're on your purpose, masculinity will fall into place. And she will actually submit to you instead of you submitting to the female. Now, point two. Let's check it out. I love this one. You will actually be the interviewer when it comes down to a relationship. And what I mean by that is, NoFap is going to fall everything into place. Just as I stated previously, your purpose. When you're on your purpose and you actually start hitting goals every single 30 days, like you hit a goal for a whole year. Let's say that year you say, you know what, I want to get to this with my physique, this with my finances, this is my purpose, this regarding everyday life. And you're doing incremental goals, right, to get there. And you're actually hitting them. You're going to become more confident with inside of yourself. And what's going to happen is when a female actually comes inside of your life, let's say that you do go into dating. Let's say the woman that you see, you like her, you see her. In society today, with self-development, it's flipped up backwards. It's flipped up to a point where, people on YouTube are trying to grind at the best version of themselves for them not to lose a woman. Trying to become the best version of yourself to get the lady. It needs to be flipped upside down, bruh. You are grinding for yourself, and the woman that comes inside of your life should become to a point where, you know what? Is she, an asset towards my life, or is she a liability? And the Bible tells us that it's better to live in a corner of an attic than in a big house with the quarrelsome woman, right? So when it comes to NoFap, you're going to have more increased confidence inside of yourself to the point where it doesn't matter how her external features are looking. You're saying, you know what? How can she better my life? Instead of you being in the scarcity mindset of saying, gosh, I hope that she doesn't lose me, you're now in the mindset of, you know what? I know who I am. I feel more masculine. I'm hitting my goals every 30 days. And I'm getting closer towards the goal of the yearly goal. And guess what's going to happen, bro? When you guys sit down, you're not going to be worried about what is the right thing to say. You know what to say because you're now confident with inside of yourself. And the way that you're confident is getting on NoFap. And so when you get to the point where you're now interviewing the lady, see what she has to offer for your life. You're at your most masculine self, brother. And it's going to go with my last point, my third point. You're going to have higher standards in life. To become your most masculine self is to have boundaries with everything. When you're not on NoFap and seed retention, you have no boundaries. Because you're already giving the boundary that you already had inside of you, right? When you're on NoFap and you stop ejaculating, everything inside of this lifetime, you now have boundaries. You're saying, you know what? I'm not going to ejaculate on myself. I'm not going to jizz on myself. I'm going to make sure that I now have a boundary. If you do not have a boundary within inside of yourself, how can you expect to have boundaries inside of this lifetime? How can you expect to have boundaries when it comes to finding that woman? You can't. When you get on NoFap and you go more than 30 days, you're going to start to have more self-respect for yourself. You're going to start to see things a lot differently. That girl who's a 10 over there, that you thought it was a 10 when you were ejaculating and masturbating, she's now a 6. That girl that you used to be scared of, you're not able to go up to that girl and talk to her and have a regular conversation, bro. That's exactly what NoFap does. And so what I mean by higher standards inside of his lifetime, I'm talking about actually going in, instead of wanting to make maybe $5,000 inside of your business, you now want to make 6 figures, bro. That's exactly what you want. Even with the women, though, as well. You're now interviewing the lady, just as stated previously. You're now interviewing the woman and saying, you know what? I know who I am. I have higher standards inside of my lifetime, and I know what I need to do to get there, and I need a helper inside of my lifetime. How can she be a helper? You're having higher standards inside of his lifetime, which is the biggest thing to masculinity. So fellas, to summarize it up, I've already told you guys about masculinity. I've already told you guys about how NoFap is going to increase your purpose, how it's going to increase your standards inside of this lifetime, and also how you're going to see women in a different light. You're going to start seeing women as, okay, although she's beautiful, how is her character? How will she benefit my life? Fellas, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you guys are wanting to get that masculine frame, that masculine build up in 5 weeks, okay, I've created a diet plan, a workout plan that's guaranteed to increase your testosterone levels highly, and also to increase your mental preparation for life. Now, be sure to book a one-on-one consultation with me if you guys are actually interested in that, and I'll be happy to meet you. But until then, you know what, Brother Lads, get. Stick your chest up.